Hi everyone, my name is proofSzilko. Welcome back to another PUBG on PS4 video. First, I want to say thanks to the support on my first ever PUBG on PS4 video. It's really good to see that you enjoyed that one and found it useful. And some of you guys already left comment that they won the game or increased their kill count with my settings, which makes me proud. So thank you very much for the feedback. This will definitely keep the videos coming. And one more important point to mention. We just reached 3000 subscribers, so yay, thank you very much guys. It's good to be here now. So back to today's video. Today I have 16 beginner tips for you who just started with PUBG on PS4. And since almost none of the tips are gonna be about which button to push and when, I recommend to my Xbox viewers as well to check this video out. Maybe they can still learn something from it. The tips difficulty level will be increased as I go through the list. So if you're already quite experienced or have the basic knowledge about the game already, just make sure you watch the full video. I'm sure you will learn something new from it. So without any further ado, let's get started. So number one, to make sure that you're the first one landing, as soon as you're out from the plane, just dive down with your character and this will make you fall at 234, and this will not only make your character reach the parachute opening level faster, but also with that high speed, your parachute will open a little bit closer to the surface, so you can gain extra seconds compared to your enemy. And you can use these extra seconds to grab a gun and finish whoever is landing next to you. Number 2. You can switch seats in the car. With pushing the switching seats button, you will change to the next seat. If you hold the switch seat button, you will automatically jump to the driver's seat, which makes easier to have a quick getaway if you're taking shots or just have to move to the next circle. Number 3. When you pick a weapon up, don't forget that all of them are on single fire mode. So as soon as you pick them up, you have to switch to full auto mode. But let me tell you guys, as you will move forward in the game and you will gather more and more played hours, you'll find that single fire mode may be more suitable in most of the cases than the full auto mode. So as a starter, just don't forget to switch to full auto mode as soon as you pick a weapon up and you'll be good to go to kill whoever is next to you. Moving on to number 4. I know that only few players know on Xbox that you can actually change the reticle on your red dot sight, for example. If you go ADS, you can cycle through the reticle types by tapping up and down on the D-pad. My personal favorite is this one. It makes it much more easier, in my opinion, to aim at the enemy. And number 5. If you have to run to the next circle or just running to cover from the red zone, for example, don't forget to put away your weapon, because with free hands you will run much faster. Number 6. If you're far from the safe zone, you can probably find a vehicle without any problem, which will take you to the next zone. They usually spawn by the road. But be careful, because other players might want to take the same car as you do, so you might gonna have to fight for it. Number 7. You have to make sure that you are aware all the enemies surrounding you, so you have to utilize the Freelook feature. For example, if you're about to land somewhere, you should use the Freelook feature to check your surroundings if somebody is landing next to you, who could be a potential threat in the next few seconds. Or if you're already landed and you're running from point A to B, just don't forget to check your back to make sure nobody's following you, so you won't be ambushed as soon as you stop. And number 8. During my played hours, I saw many times that I shot somebody and they didn't have any clue where the bullet came from. So I highly recommend to all of you to use headphones. This will not only make it easier to track the source of any gunshots, but for example, if you're looting, you hear your enemies approaching, so you have a few extra seconds to leave the area or prepare for the fight. Moving on to number 9. Maybe it goes without saying, but I want to make sure that everyone knows that if you're crouching or going prone, it will decrease the recoil of your weapon. So if you want to hit precision shots, just don't forget to crouch or go prone, and this will help you a lot to hit your targets. Number 10. If you open your inventory, you can use your meds, and they're usually on the top of the inventory, but an easier way to heal yourself is to simply cycle through your meds if you're hitting down on the D-pad. And whenever you're on an item you want to use, just hold down the D-pad and this will make your character to use that specific item. Number 11. I saw that a lot of players made this mistake, that whenever they get shot, they go prone immediately, and sometimes they go prone in the middle of the field, for example, without any proper cover. And going prone like this won't help you to hide yourself. It will just make you a free kill for your opponent. So whenever you get shot, instead of going prone, just try to run away in zigzag pattern. You'll be surprised how easy it is to get away from an enemy like this. Alright, so moving on to number 12. If you're a beginner and you don't want to get into gunfights in the early game, just make sure you land somewhere remote, far from the plane's path. As you can see it on this image, all the big named compounds under the plane's path could be considered as hot dropping. So if you want to land somewhere remote, find a place with a name really far from the plane's path, or a smaller compound which is not right under the plane's path. And don't forget that if you want to land somewhere remote, you have to open your parachute manually, so you can glide with that further away. Number 13. If you have a 6x, 8x scope or a 15x, you can zoom in and out with that one. So don't worry if you have a high power scope. If an enemy is closer to you, just zoom out with your scope, and this will make it much more easier to track your target and hit those precision shots. Number 14. An essential part of the survival is to conceal yourself, make yourself hidden, which means that you don't have to shoot everyone who you see, like my opponent on this footage. He saw me coming and he tried to take me down, but I had a lot of cover, and since I used my headphones, I knew exactly where he was, so I could carefully line up my shots and take him down. So don't forget, whenever you want to shoot, make sure you will kill your enemy. Number 15. If you're in a gunfight with someone, make sure you're behind cover, like I did on this footage in the background. I crouched behind this broken fence and I just used the leaning feature to try to hide my character as much as I could. But since he left the cover with his full body, I had an easier time to take him down and leave that gunfight as the winner. Number 16. Don't forget that you can cook your grenade. If you just throw your grenade without cooking it, you will leave your enemy enough time to get behind cover. But if you cook your grenade, you basically won't let any time to your enemy to get away. I usually cook the grenade, count till 5 and then throw the grenade, so they basically have 1 or 2 seconds to react, while I have enough time to get to cover if something goes wrong. So don't forget, just cook your grenade, count till 5 and throw it, and it will significantly increase your chances to win the fight and the chicken dinner eventually. So that's all I had for you today, guys. Thanks again for the support on my previous video. I'm planning to do another tips and tricks video, but that one will be for seasoned players, so don't forget to check back in a few days. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe for more PUBG content like this if you're new here, and I see you in the next one. Bye!